All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about Loopring. But first off, I want to say congratulations, guys. We just hit the $1 trillion market cap. Nuts. That is nuts. So let's go to Loopring. What is Loopring? What are they doing? What are they looking to change? So it's going to be cool, guys. We're going to do a deep dive into it, but yet it's still going to be a short video. Well, it depends on what you consider short. Anyways, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We talk about cryptocurrencies, new projects coming up, and hidden gems, and how to 10x your money easy. It's not financial advice, but it gets the job done. And if you guys like this video, hit that like button. It really helps YouTube algorithms. I'm hoping it's not a lot to ask for, but it's really simple. You just do a tap, done. That's it. And I make these videos for you, and I spend a lot of time doing it just for that little tap. But anyways, good trade-off, right? So, all right, so Loopring. Loopring currently has a $543 million market cap, has a circulating supply of 1,246,631,000, you know. And the max cap is 1,374,000,000. So, the reason why there's an odd number, we'll get into that. I'll explain it further. But it has a token burn system. So don't be like, whoa, it's got 1 billion. Pfft, I'm out. Peace out. No, don't do that. Just wait and listen, guys. It gets interesting. So here's where it was. This is when it IPO'd. It was back like 250, we'll just call it that. It's currently about 40 cents, 45 cents. This was back when Ethereum wasn't really massive. It is massive. Well, it was massive back then, but now it's just like, whoa, look out. It's Godzilla or whatever. So it exploded in the past year. It went up 1,800%. So let's go over what Loopring is. So Loopring is basically a decentralized exchange. So you have Binance, which is a centralized exchange, and then you have something like Uniswap, and then you have something like Bancor, or you have something like 1inch. So there's different decentralized exchanges, and there's different options. And yes, this is similar to it, but they are doing something different. Have you guys ever been on a decentralized exchange? If you haven't, just watch one of my videos. I stinking paid 13 bucks for a gas fee. That's when it was cheap, just to put like $100 transaction fee through for a quick swap. It's ridiculous. This one stinking brings the Ethereum fees down by 1,000% on its layer 2 solution, making your Ethereum gas fees theoretically like pennies. It's crazy. So let's give you on the tokenomics first so you guys can get interested and understand it. First, if you guys are liking this content, give me 50 likes. Hit that, or forget hit that. We're going to make up a new word. Touch that like button, or flip that like button. Flip that like button on. Make it blue, right? So staking rewards. 1, earn protocol fees for LRC holders. So now this is huge. So you guys know how, sure, you go to a casino and the people that are losing are, well, the people who play, and the only people that always win is the house. Well, it's because the house gets a cut of it. Whether they pay out or not, well, even if they pay out, they still get a cut. They price in a percentage where they still walk away whether what happens or not. They're getting 3% or 2%, whatever they have it set up for. In this feature, whatever fees are paid, 70% of the fees are rewarded to the stakers. So if you're staking this limited supply token that is decreasing in supply, making it go up in value, and more people see, oh man, I want to participate in the exchange so I can get some fees. I'm talking like this so you guys can understand, like, whoa, people are going to be coming to this network like, bro, I need to get in that. It's only stinking 40 cents, and I can just be making so much cash on this junk, especially when it gets super pricey. Anyways, so you understand. 10% will be burned. That's their burning. And then 20% of the fees will go to their stakers. So this token, theoretically, maybe 20 years, 10 years from now, it could be like in the millions. Like, or no, not in the millions, I'm sorry. In the single, like, tens of millions instead of hundreds of millions. So it's big time deflationary. So besides protocol fees, LRC stakers also earn the LRC that is levied from DEX owners as spin up costs and from stashes as for misbehavior. So like if someone misbehaves and lose their deposit, you get that. So watch out. People will tattletale on you if you do bad. Don't do bad. Build up reputation. So basically, you get a reputation in the economy. So if you if you do a good job of doing what you're supposed to do, well, you're going to get incentivized. And basically, it's like a review system in the network. I'll also do a video on Augur. Augur is similar to it, and it reduces the protocol fees. So the LRC staked by the DEX owner for reputation will also reduce the protocol fee the DEX must pay for each trade. So when you're holding this, it reduces the maker and taker fees. So you know how on Binance it gives like a 0.1% maker and taker fee, and then obviously if you have the BNB token, it's like 0.075 or something like that. But this one, it actually is like 0.02% for the makers and 0.04% for the takers. And then it even reduces that more. So basically, there's it's fee-free trading. Obviously on the maker side, or no, I'm sorry, on the taker side, it's like 0.001% or something like that. It's ridiculous for holding like 1 million LRC tokens, which is really pricey, but if you're a massive trader, it's worth it. So that's why I'm saying this will make all the whales be like, bro, I need that LRC. It's so cheap now. Let me get in there. Pump-a-mentals, guys. Think about it. So here's the LRC token. All-time low was about 0.0002 ETH, which was like 2 cents. Oh yeah, see, 2 cents. Anyways. Oh no, I'm sorry, that was the ICO price, so that's like 7 cents right there. Here's some of the centralized exchanges you can buy it on, and you can bring it back over here. Let me show you what the exchange looks like. Alright, so we just click that big blue trade button. All you got to do is go to Loopring Swap and Exchange. I connected my wallet, but I didn't activate the layer 2 because I'm not messing with the exchange right now because I'm not really looking to make a trade. But what you do is you basically go here, activate layer 2, you'll sign off on your wallet, allows you to activate layer 2, and you will say, hey, I want to deposit. We'll just say, they are working on getting more assets, so you guys are looking at it like, man, there's nothing on here. Well, this is the entry, so this is like getting for the USDT, ETH, and so on. So they're going to be, it still is a young project, hence it's only like a $50 million market cap or whatever we said it was, 150 or something. So basically you just enter what you want to transfer, and look, it's 0.93, well, it's because we are doing a lot of Bitcoin, so let's do, especially for this network, so 0.5, look, it's only 0.47, so let's do 0.25. 0.23 is the price impact, and the fee is only 0.25%. That's cheap, and that's with a 1% slippage. And at that rate, we're getting 7.5 ETH. So that's pretty good. And then on top of that, I'll put a video. I'll play a video so you guys can see how the trading is. Let's go and play that video now.
So once you register your account with Loopring, you're going to roll through 2 different transactions. You're going to have to sign a transaction which costs you nothing. And then the second one should be about 25 cents if gas prices are back down. If they're still really high, I think I noticed today, I think it would have cost about $2 in Ether. So just be aware of that. But once you do that, your account has been created and you can start trading on Loopring. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and go here to the left-hand panel where it says deposit. And I'm going to go ahead and deposit some DAI. So we'll put in 100 DAI. Now, like with any other dApp, you want to be mindful of these 2 different transactions. So if I scroll down here, it's asking permission for how much DAI am I going to allow Loopring to move. This is something that happens in a lot of dApps. It's just part of enabling like a better user experience. I prefer though to put in exactly what I'm willing to let them take right now, which is just 100 DAI. So again, I would encourage most, unless you unless for some reason you know you're going to deposit in the next few minutes, go ahead and just put in a custom spend limit of 100 or whatever amount of money you're going to put in. And then the other thing is let's see how much in terms of the gas price I'm going to pay. So currently it's 20 Gwei. Let's go here and check this out. All right, so yeah, 20 would get it done. I might just bump it up a little bit just to make sure the transaction goes through. All right, we'll put that through. All right. Cool, so we'll be right back. Just gonna wait for that transaction to settle, and then I can put in my first trade here on Loopring. All right, so I'm back for the second transaction. So this is the transaction to actually execute depositing the 100 DAI into my Loopring account. So I'm gonna just change this to a higher gas price to make sure it goes through. And we are all set to go. So while I'm waiting for my DAI to deposit, you'll notice that up in the center left, if you click on account, this is where I can see any of my pending deposits. So there we go. Yep. So I have 100 DAI. It's still confirming, and I can see the transaction hash if I want to check it out. All right, so my DAI deposit has confirmed. So you can see I have 100 DAI here. That's because there were 30 block confirmations on the deposit transaction. If I ever do need to check that again, just click on account, click on deposits, and it would say confirming. In this case, it's already completed, so it says succeeded. So if we go back to the trading dashboard, I'm going to look for what I can possibly trade with my DAI. So I'm just going to search for DAI. I see that it's paired with Ether and Tether, so I'll choose Ether in this case. And then the way that this order dashboard works is you can set limit orders. So here's the price, and I look over here and I can see that the price is 195.53 DAI per Ether. So let's say that I want to buy at 195.5 DAI per Ether, and then I will just buy as much as possible. In this case, I could have used 50% of my 100 DAI, and I end up here. By the way, this takes into account trading fees as well. So let's buy as much as possible, and there we go. So we'll do a buy limit order of 0.5115 Ether at 195.50 DAI or lower. So my order's been submitted, and that just means now that it's reflected up above that I wouldn't actually have, any DAI remaining. And then if we go up to my orders here, I can see any of my pending orders. Now, if I want to cancel this, all I have to do is click cancel. And now if I go back to the trading dashboard, I've got my original 100 DAI. So aside from limit orders, it is possible to execute a market order. It's not super obvious here in the dashboard, but if you are going to place a buy order, if you just set the limit price above whatever is the market price, it will execute it immediately. That's been my experience at least, and I actually just did it a few minutes ago. So if you go here to orders, you can see here that I filled an order for 0.1 ETH at a price of 222 DAI per ETH. I paid 22.2 DAI for that. And then here's the itty bitty tiny fee that I paid in ETH. And a reminder, the DeFi Dad code that does not pay me any sort of referral or kickback. It is only there as a a benefit to anyone who wants to use it. It gives you 0% on maker orders. And keep in mind, everyone gets that already. So there's nothing special about that, but just worth calling out. It's 0% fees when you place a maker order. And if you place a taker order, instead of paying 0.1%, you pay 0.06%. So again, those nice of the Loopring team. They took what referral fee I would have received, and I just said, just give it to whoever ends up using the code so that they benefit from it. And I don't have any sort of financial incentive tied into it. So if we were going to place, let's say, a sell order. So if I go here to sell, currently the price of Ether is 219.51 in DAI. Let's pretend that I want to sell 0.1 ETH. And I'm going to place, the market price is going to be placed, I'm sorry, my limit price to sell will be placed below what is the market price. So I'll put it at 218. And so I'm going to get 21.8 ETH, I'm sorry, 21.8 DAI back. And so if we hit that, all right, so my order has been submitted. And then you can see I immediately have that credit. So I went from about 77.8 DAI up to 99.6. And if we go back to my orders, if we go to fill history, there's my sell order. So you be the judge. I mean, what I just did feels like the type of, it feels like the way I place an order on a centralized exchange. It's just instant. You click it, and as long as the liquidity is there, it can execute it. If you consider the two orders that I just placed, let's see, I paid 0.00006, okay? So in ETH, that was 0.0006 times 219, let's say, is the DAI price. So I paid about 1 cent, or 1/100th of a DAI. So again, super, super small, fractions of a cent compared to placing trades on a DEX. So again, it looks and it feels just like a centralized exchange. I mean, this is how I at least used to use, exchanges like Kraken or Binance or, Coinbase. All these exchanges, they have a very sort of intuitive experience to using this. And so it's nice because it's very familiar and it's easy to use. Okay, so I want to call out some of the drawbacks I've noticed in using Loopring. These are just things to be mindful of. None of these would prevent me from using Loopring, just, again, things that are good to be aware of. So first off, there is a minimum order size. So you'll notice if you try to place an order less than 0.05 ETH, it just will warn you that there's a minimum order size. No big deal, but again, good to know that. Another thing is that you noticed earlier that I placed some market buy and sell orders. The interface here is not intuitive to me that you can actually do that, but you could actually argue that they've simplified the way that others call out the difference between a limit order and a stop loss and a market order. So I mean, whatever. At the end of the day, you can place market orders. If you want to place a market buy order, all you need to do is look at whatever the price is and then place the limit price above that. So you're just willing to pay a little bit more. So in this case, I would pay, instead of 219.61, I would pay like 219.80. And then if I wanted to do a sell market order, I would just place my sell just a little bit below whatever the market price is in order to get it to execute, depending also too on how big your order size is. Let's see, the other thing is that it does cost something to withdraw your money. So It costs about 0.002 ETH for each withdrawal. Good to know that. It's not something that scares me because I'm mindful of the fact that when I placed 2 orders earlier, I actually paid 1 cent in total for the 2 of them. So I am truly paying fractions of a cent for each order that I place. And so this at $220 ETH is 43 cents. So no big deal. And then there is withdrawals that take about 5 to 30 minutes. Just, again, good to know that, because if you go to do a withdrawal, just don't get upset if it doesn't settle within, a few minutes. It can take up to 30 minutes. And then lastly, I can't really dive into how safe the code is. I know that Loopring has audits available, but just always be mindful of the fact that any of these tools or any of these like DeFi apps that are built on Ethereum, there's always a risk to using them. And I think the risk I think we all think about is a smart contract bug. So just, be cautious. It's just something that it's risk that I think you can never fully escape. There are some options to consider, like Nexus Mutual. You could check out Nexus Mutual to see if you can get any coverage through them. And that would allow you then to be mindful of how much in terms of funds you have on Loopring, and then what sort of coverage or insurance you have against a smart contract bug with Nexus Mutual.
So I hope that video helped a bit. But so here, Loopring, secure, open source. When you're trading on this exchange, normally you're like on Binance, all your tokens are held in custody over there. In this case, you actually get to keep it on your ledger or your MetaMask, whichever account you look to use. High throughput, very scalable. It's like 1,600 transactions. I'm sorry, maybe it's 16,000. Yeah, I think it's 16,000 transactions a second. I'll look for it. And it's low cost. And you guys are like, well, how are they able to reduce the Ethereum gas fees so low? Well, they have a layer 2 solution. Just like Bitcoin has the Lightning Network, they came up with this, which is the layer 2 solution, able to do it. And basically, they have an app that is a ZK rollup based trading transfers an AMM smart wallet. Basically, it allows you to send Ethereum for 1/100th of the price, or 1,000th of the price of the Ethereum gas fees. It allows you to just send it around. I mean, it's crazy. Super cheap, easy to use. And then you guys are like, well, how are they doing that? What are they doing? Well, what they're doing is they're actually using it's a protocol called recursive snark. So what recursive snarks does is that instead of having to provide like all the information saying, yeah, this, and this, here's the transactions, here's what it is. It's like ZK snarks. If you guys don't know what ZK snarks is, I won't explain it in this video because it's really long and lengthy and but basically we'll show you an information or a infographic. So you have all this information here. Instead of having to store all this information on the blockchain, instead have someone or have something that's just able to verify or have a proof that they can verify them all. Charles Hodgkinson over at Cardano even said that this was possibly a way to even scale Bitcoin. So instead of having to store all that information, all those blocks on a ledger, instead you can have someone have the proof that they know the transactions or have proof that they can verify them. So a good example of this is having a maze and having someone go through that maze and find the person, but 10 different times and able to find it and find the exit without messing up 10 different times. And because they've been told a secret, a quote unquote secret, that, hey, this is where you need to go. Just like follow the light or something goofy. And they're able to get through the maze 10 times in a row. And it's without luck. So it's proof that they know the secret and boom, they're verified type of thing. So it's basically able to know. Another concept is knowing you're able to afford it without showing how much money you have in your bank. So like a good example of this is like if I'm trying to buy a house, if I want to show proof I can buy a house, I'll go buy a house right next to it or something. Just kind of an example like that. Bad example. I'm not good at giving examples, but I hope you guys get the point. If you don't, I'm sorry. I fudged it. So that's how they're looking to get rid of or make the gas fees extremely low. So they're actually able to do 16,400. I'm sorry. So basically 10x what I just told you. So with Loopring, it's got a really good incentive for holding the cryptocurrency. It's de-inflationary, so they're decreasing the amount that's out there. I mean, I don't know what else to say, guys. This is just a quick intro to the video. You guys saw how to use their exchange. You guys can even check out their app and even use their app if you want to. And you can literally just send Ethereum wherever you need, and it's cheap and easy to do. You can also participate in this, earn staking rewards. You can learn more about their team. Just click on their team. They got the different people right here. They're developers, co-founder, CEO. You guys can learn about them. You can visit their email, or you can email them, visit their page. So you guys are like, well, what could go wrong? This project's so great. What's the risk? I'll just put all my money in. No, don't do that, guys. Look, you got to think about this. Look, there's already several exchanges. We don't know. Maybe Binance just stays strong, or maybe OKX or KuCoin or any of the other exchanges. They just stay strong, and this exchange gets no liquidity. Right now it has low liquidity. It's still trying to be adopted. It's almost like Facebook before it became Facebook. We don't know what will happen. So, I mean, there are risks involved, and it is a DEX that is evolving. They really don't do great marketing. They even admit they don't do great marketing, but it's okay. They have a really, really good team. They do a really, really good job, and they spend most of their time developing good products and good things. So that's just my take on the project. But anyways, I mean, it's a good project in my opinion. You can check out some of their data resources if you want to check it out. This is a quick intro, guys. Again, as always state on this channel, please do your own research. Just because I talk about it doesn't mean it's a great cryptocurrency project. It just means, hey, look, this is what's out there. Do your own research, see what you think about it. So guys, if you guys are new to the channel, again, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We talk about cryptocurrencies and different things, how to become your own banker, teach you about other projects coming up, and possibly undervalued altcoins and altcoin gems. But I'm not going to let you guys leave until we go through our wisdom one line. All right, guys, in Proverbs chapter 25, verses 17. Seldom set foot in your neighbor's house. Too much of you, and they will hate you. That's really good. That's really good advice, guys. You know you've been to someone's house or your family member's house. You stay there a couple days, and then all of a sudden, it started like, oh, hey, it's so good to see you. Oh, yeah, awesome, good. 3 or 4 days later, it's like, oh, you're going to the store? Can I come with? No, it's just private. They want away from you guys. If you ever get that message when you try to go to the store with them or try to hang out with them and they're trying to go hang out with themselves, it's time to leave, guys. Guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.